Welcome to NatureRich Labs Electrical Safety Training. Electricity is a powerful and essential part of our workplace, but it also presents serious hazards if not handled properly. This training will cover key safety principles, best practices, and precautions to help protect you and your coworkers from electrical risks. Stay alert, follow proper procedures, and always prioritize safety when working around electricity. Let's get started. This program establishes policies and procedures to ensure safe work practices when working with electrical equipment. Our primary goal is to prevent employee contact with exposed, energized electrical parts and ensure that everyone follows the proper safety protocols. This program applies to all operations at NatureRich Labs, including employees, visitors, and contractors. Everyone must comply with electrical safety regulations, codes, and standards to ensure a hazard-free workplace. Some of the key OSHA regulations that govern this program include OSHA Electrical Safety-Related Work Practices, OSHA Lockout-Tagout Standard. By following these regulations and best practices, we can reduce the risk of electrical hazards and maintain a safe and compliant work environment. To ensure electrical safety at NatureRich Labs, it's important to understand key terminology and definitions used in this program. First, let's talk about documentation. This refers to the written records of all completed training, inspections, and certifications to ensure compliance with safety standards. Next, we have the EHS Council. This is a management team responsible for overseeing environmental, health, and safety programs. They review inspections, accidents, chemical purchases, and employee concerns. Members of this council include the safety manager, HR, plant manager, and other key supervisors. Energized parts refer to electrical surfaces with voltage that could allow current to flow if touched. This program applies to any exposed energized part or equipment operating at 50 volts or greater. Similarly, exposed electrical parts equipment include uncovered or unprotected electrical components at 50 volts or more. Proper enclosures, guards, or barriers must be in place to prevent accidental contact. A ground fault circuit interrupter is a critical safety device that automatically shuts off power if it detects a hazardous current to ground, helping prevent electric shock. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration was created in 1970 to enforce workplace safety laws and reduce injuries and fatalities. OSHA regulations apply directly to electrical safety in the workplace. Personal protective equipment and tools include insulated gloves, arc flash-rated gear, and safety tools designed to protect workers from electrical hazards. Portable 120V equipment includes electrically powered tools, computers, and machinery connected to a 120-volt outlet. These devices must be properly grounded and inspected for safety. Finally, we distinguish between qualified and unqualified personnel. Qualified personnel are trained and authorized to work near exposed energized parts. Unqualified personnel should never work near or interact with energized electrical components. Understanding these definitions helps us create a safer work environment by ensuring that only trained personnel work on or near electrical hazards. To maintain electrical safety at NatureRich Labs, each role has specific responsibilities to ensure compliance and workplace safety. The Site Safety Manager, Plant Manager, and Engineering Maintenance Manager verify that personnel have received proper training and authorization before working on exposed energized parts. Conduct regular inspections of electrical equipment to maintain safety standards. Ensure that all electrical installations meet applicable codes, regulations, and standards. The Maintenance Manager develops and maintains the site's electrical safety training program, ensures that training records are properly documented, conducts annual program reviews to ensure ongoing compliance, ensures that electrical labeling is compliant with program requirements. Supervisors verify that employees have received required training and authorization. Employees must comply with all electrical safety rules, regulations, and standards. Report any electrical deficiencies or violations to their supervisor. Do not work on electrical equipment unless trained and authorized. The Safety Manager serves as a regulatory resource for site management. Conducts program reviews to ensure that compliance is maintained. leads Train the Trainer sessions to educate those responsible for electrical safety training. The Site EHS Council ensures this program complies with all applicable regulations and is aligned with site management systems, approves and distributes updates to the program as needed. All employees, contractors, and vendors must strictly follow safety regulations, codes, and procedures to prevent electrical hazards. Before working on or near exposed energized parts, proper safe work practices must be documented to ensure the highest level of safety. Additionally, only trained and authorized personnel are allowed to perform work on exposed energized equipment to minimize risk. Now, let's talk about equipment and installation standards. All electrical installations and modifications must comply with industry-recognized safety regulations, including the National Electrical Code, OSHA Electrical Standards, NFPA, and Underwriters Laboratories. If a conflict arises between these standards and our NatureEdge Labs electrical safety program, the most stringent requirement will always apply to ensure maximum safety. Proper labeling and signage are also critical to workplace safety. Electrical equipment must be labeled with its voltage rating and the location of its main disconnect switch. Warning signs must be posted near high-voltage areas to alert personnel of potential hazards. Any abandoned wiring must be properly disconnected, secured, and insulated to eliminate unnecessary risks. Ensuring safe work practices when dealing with electrical equipment is essential at NatureEdge Labs. Let's start with electrical equipment and work areas. A 36-inch clearance must always be maintained around electrical panels and switchboards. This prevents obstructions and ensures emergency access when needed. Lockout-tagout procedures must be followed before servicing any electrical equipment to prevent accidental re-energization. When working on live equipment at 50 volts or greater, it is critical to use proper PPE, insulated tools, and protective barriers to reduce the risk of electric shock. Warning signs and barricades must be in place whenever personnel are working near exposed energized electrical parts, ensuring that untrained personnel stay at a safe distance. Now, let's talk about extension cords and portable equipment. Extension cords must be kept away from liquids and properly secured to prevent tripping hazards. Daisy-chaining multiple extension cords together is not allowed, as it increases the risk of overheating and electrical fires. Only grounded, heavy-duty cords are permitted for workplace use to ensure electrical safety and prevent shocks. Finally, we must discuss ground fault circuit interrupters, which are critical for preventing electrocution. GFCIs are required on outlets in wet locations and temporary wiring installations. They must be used whenever temporary power is supplied for construction, maintenance, or repair activities. Proper training and personal protective equipment are essential for ensuring electrical safety at NatureEdge Labs. Let's start with electrical safety training requirements. Unqualified personnel, meaning employees who do not work directly with electrical systems, must receive general awareness training on electrical hazards and lockout-tagout procedures. This ensures that they understand workplace electrical risks and know when to stay clear of dangerous areas. Qualified personnel, on the other hand, must be fully trained and authorized before they are allowed to work on exposed electrical equipment. Additionally, they must complete refresher training every 3 years to stay updated on the latest safety protocols. Electrical safety training covers critical topics, including recognizing electrical hazards and understanding the risks involved, lockout-tagout procedures to safely de-energize equipment, the use of PPE, insulated tools, and maintaining safe approach distances to prevent accidents. Now, let's discuss personal protective equipment and tools, which are just as important as training. Before working near energized electrical parts, a PPE assessment must be conducted to determine the necessary protective gear. All qualified personnel are required to wear appropriate PPE, including insulated gloves to protect against electric shock, arc-rated clothing to reduce burn risks in case of an arc flash, face shields to provide additional protection from sparks and heat. Additionally, only non-conductive ladders, ropes, and tools should be used when working around electrical hazards. Test instruments must be rated for their intended use to ensure they are safe for electrical work. As we wrap up this electrical safety training, Let's take a moment to reinforce key safety practices that will keep us all safe at NatureRich Labs. Compliance and safe work practices. It is essential that all employees, contractors, and vendors follow OSHA, NEC, and NFPA standards and ensure safe work practices are properly documented. Electrical equipment and work areas. Always maintain proper clearances, use lockout-tagout procedures, and follow safe handling guidelines when working near energized parts. Training and PPE. Only trained and authorized personnel are allowed to work on exposed electrical equipment. Proper PPE, insulated tools, and safety protocols must always be in place. By following these critical safety procedures, we reduce electrical hazards, prevent injuries, and create a safer workplace for everyone. At NatureRich Labs, safety is not just a policy, it's a commitment we all share. Your dedication to workplace safety helps protect yourself, your coworkers, and the entire facility. Thank you for your time and commitment to electrical safety. Stay safe, stay aware, and always follow best practices.